So what is going on, guys? I am Blackout's Amazing. Welcome back to another video where today we're going to be talking about an undiscovered Easter egg in Firebase C, along with our next zombies map, which is going to be taking place in the Ural Mountains. We've just got our very first teaser for that map, which is this up on screen now, and we're also going to be talking about a few other things as well. But just before we get into it, I want to thank Brutal Age Horde Invasion for sponsoring today's video. In this game, you can forge your tribe with cities and outposts on the map and push the borders against global competitors. Challenges await. Prepare your warriors for the biggest hunt. Come and experience the most original PvE and PvP battle in this free MMO strategy game. Ally with your friends and be brutal in this prehistoric party. Become a legendary Warchief. Build and expand your territory, burn your rivals' land, choose your horde and fight in wars with global players, train 15 plus unique barbarian clan troops with specialties, terraform your land into mountains, lakes, forests or swamp. You can hunt mammoths, saber-tooths and all the ancient monsters, conquer the wonder to become the chieftain of all chiefs. Talking about the latest updates and in-game events, Honor Tech is added to Temple of Wisdom, develop the first tech to unlock level 6 outpost, and develop the last 3 techs to unlock 3 T6 unit types, meaning there's 3 new unit types and 1 new outpost. Buildings can also now be upgraded to a higher level. For example, the highest level for a Stronghold is now 30 instead of 25, and the Valentine's Day event is available as well. You can download the game with my link from the description, and also use my code in the Chief Invitation event bar to receive a $200 reward. But remember to please make sure that you're level 4 first. If you don't know how to do it, upgrade your Stronghold to level 4, tap the bluebird or the event portal in the top right, find and tap the player invitation event in recommended, and then enter the invitation code and tap to use it. So there we go, and thank you Brutal Age Horde Invasion for sponsoring the video. Anyway, so getting straight into it, the first thing I want to talk about is a document you can find in Firebase C that seems to mention some of our future zombies maps. Also, some of the maps that we've seen already, D-Machine, Firebase C, but this document that we get from Requiem gives us a detailed breakdown of the dimensional breaches taking place around the world one by one. So taking a closer look at it, it says, Timeline of Dimensional Breaches. Per request from the Director of Central Intelligence, Office of Requiem has composed a listing of known dimensional breaches, aka outbreak zones, since the initial incident in the Marasco Nature Reserve. March 7th, 1944. German scientists at the Project End Station facility near Poznan, Poland, used their experimental particle accelerator to punch a hole in the dimensional membrane, unleashing exotic energies and creatures from the dimension we now call the Dark Ether. Breach is contained, but remains open until elements of the Red Army seal it on February the 10th, 1945. Records of the incident suppressed until 1983. November 1st, 1983, KGB Spetsnaz Omega Group arrive at the end station site and restart the particle accelerator, exacerbating the original dimensional breach. This time the damage is global. New outbreak zones immediately begin to appear around the world, including sites in rural Venezuela, Namibia, Vietnam, and the largest known breach in the Ural Mountains of Russia. Omega is forced to withdraw from End Station without repairing the dimensional damage. November 5th, 1983, Signet indicates Omega Group responds to an outbreak zone near Baku, Azerbaijan. November 13th, 1983, Requiem strike team arrives at End Station and succeeds in destroying the facility, finally closing the original breach. But the dimensional membrane separating us from the Dark Ether remains fragile and outbreaks continue to appear. November 22nd, 1983, outbreak zone appears within NATO FOB near Hanover, West Germany. December 8th, 1984, satellite photint reveals Omega Group construction activity near the Vietnam outbreak zone. January 11, 1984, outbreak zone appears at the Menendez cartel cocaine processing site in rural Nicaragua. January 18th, 1984, outbreak zone appears at the Shan State Irregulars base in Laos. SIGINT indicates subsequent Omega Group containment operation. January 19th, 1984, outbreak zone appears in Miami's South Beach district. So far, all of the above have been successfully cordoned off and their existence kept secret from the outside world. Requiem continually monitors communications and satellite photint for signs of new dimensional breaches. So this piece of paper from Requiem documents all of the known outbreak zones around the world. It talks about places that we've been to, such as Project End Station, which is D-Machine in Poland. It also mentions our latest zombies map, Firebase C, which is Vietnam. And then it mentions Miami Beach, which is one of the Onslaught maps. The Menendez cartel cocaine processing site is one of those as well. That's another Onslaught map. But it mentions a few sites we haven't been to, one of them being the Ural Mountains. We know that is our next zombies map. This document tells us that Requiem knows that is the largest incursion zone out of them all. The dimensional breach in the mountains is bigger than any other known one. It does mention an outbreak zone in Hanover, Germany. We have been told from leaks that one of our future zombies DLC maps will be taking place in Berlin in Germany. I'm pretty sure one of the multiplayer maps does take place in Hanover, and that map is Garrison. That's also an Onslaught map, which would explain this. But this is even more evidence that our next zombies map is taking place within the Ural Mountains. Specifically, it's supposed to be Mount Yamantau. We have multiple ciphers in D Machine and Firebase C that confirm this as well, so I think we can all safely say by now that's what's coming as a part of Season 2. But moving on, there's also some other things I want to talk about. The next one being this tweet from Nanikos, who, if you don't know, is a credible leaker within the Zombies community. He posted this picture of a Russian mangler and said, "I thought this guy was going to be the boss. Guess I was wrong on that one." Has to be like a friendly mangler side Easter egg or something. Definitely still more to find on Firebase C. So this image of a mangler can be found within the game files, but if you take a look at it, it is noticeably different to the one we see in Firebase C. There are quite a few changes to it compared to the regular one, and also on its chest, something interesting that you might want to know. That skull, which you don't find on the regular mangler, you can actually see on Samantha's clothing in the Firebase C ending. We know Samantha wasn't wearing these clothes when she first entered the Dark Ether. She'd been trapped in there for a few weeks, but time in the Dark Ether works different to reality. So let's say 3 days in the real world may relate to 3 weeks in the Dark Ether. Time is a lot faster. But the clothes that she's wearing, she obtained from the Dark Ether. Either from people that were still alive and she stole their items, or these are from people that died within there and she's taken them. But back to what I was saying, she has the same skull on her arm that this mangler does. What does this skull mean? What does it represent? I don't think we've actually seen it before. Could it have something to do with the Dark Ether? Does it even have a meaning? But getting back to the original tweet from Nanikos, he believes that this is a side Easter egg we have yet to discover within Firebase C. And he's probably right. I believe so far in the map we've found about 6 side Easter eggs, 5 or 6. However, to me some of them are very minuscule, like the upgraded monkey bomb. This one seems like it would be a bit bigger. How we could even begin to activate it, I don't know. We do have a friendly plague hound in D Machine that we can pet, so could it have something to do with brain rot? I'm not sure. We are still very early on into this map's life cycle. I'm surprised there haven't been more Easter eggs found. It feels like besides from the main Easter egg there isn't actually too much to do, so maybe we just haven't found much yet. Moving on, another tweet from Nanikos mentions some leaked field upgrades that will be coming to the game. Obviously I can't show you guys this on screen because it's leaked. You can go ahead and check it out for yourself on his Twitter, but this leaked field upgrade is called Frenzied Guard. I've actually heard of this before the game came out. There was a massive leak that contained all of the field upgrades, and if I'm not wrong in saying, this was listed on there. So this has been in the works since the very beginning, but in the game files we now have some text which gives us an idea of what it could do. It's called ZM_item_frenzied guard. That's the name of the ability, and what it does is draws nearby zombies to the player. He describes it as working like the Now You See Me Gobblegum, so I guess when you use this ability, the zombies chase you. I'm not too sure what this would be useful for. Perhaps distracting the zombies so other players, other teammates could go off and do their own thing. I feel like it would come in handy on co-op, but for solo, having the zombies all come at you, I'm not really too sure what the purpose of that would be. Like all of the field upgrades, you will be able to upgrade it 3 times. The first, second and third upgrades aren't listed, so I don't know what they would do. It sounds like kind of a weird field upgrade, but let me know in the comments how you think the extra tier upgrades for this would work. And the very final thing I wanted to mention, this is a tweet from Call of Duty Hope, where he said, people really shit on certain people for saying a nuke was going to be dropped on Verdansk. Gonna suck to see it bite them in the ass. And he also said on a different tweet, end in rebirth. There have been a lot of rumours lately that the Nuke event we were supposed to get a long time ago for the end of, I think it was Season 6 for Warzone or Modern Warfare. The whole map was supposed to get nuked and then we get a new one for Black Ops Cold War. Well, that event supposedly is still happening. But there we go guys, that is all I have to say about that one. As always, hopefully you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, you know what to do. Drop a like rating. That is all the latest news surrounding COD Zombies and just COD in general. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel to stay up to date with the latest videos, and as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, goodbye.